Hey, Paisanos, welcome to the Hard Drive Podcast, formerly the Mario Super Show Podcast Show. I don't say that all the time for obvious reasons. In addition to mangling the name, I don't always bring it up because it's not always relevant anymore. We've sort of evolved into a big dumb show that can be about any big dumb thing we want on any given week. But we do like to get back into the old Mario canon once in a while. And so it's a lot of fun to do that. So today we're going to do it. We have a special guest, and our co-host is with me here, Jeremy Kapowitz. How you doing? How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
And our guest today is Chloe Dykstra. How are you, Chloe?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
So good. So good. Thank you so much for joining us, for watching. We were joking before the show, and oddly relevant. This was just like the next one up. And it just like at this point, we're doing every maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Like, what's the next Mar? And this one has political overtones. We're recording this on a Thursday night as we don't have a declared winner. It's being released as a podcast on Monday, which who knows with the way things are. Like, what I don't know what the climate is that we're releasing this podcast out into the world, but
oh god, I hate this. We're time traveling right now.
And it's once upon a time. I know it's like almost like this hacky thing to say anymore, but if it isn't the truth, like just I don't know, a lot could happen. In a lot that many full days.
Man, what do you want to say to future you at this point?
Right. I don't know. I don't tend to listen back to these. But...
yeah. We have minimal editing.
Guys, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's all going to be okay. Or it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. I think that suits for either.
I think either way, we're probably going to end up watching more Mario cartoons.
That's true.
So that's going to probably stay the same. That's the big thing when people say that both parties are the same. They're mostly talking about how Mark and I are going to watch more Mario cartoons. That's the big thing. Like, neither Trump nor Biden have, the corporate powers will not let them stop watching this cartoon.
Can you guys just stop talking about politics and talk about video games? Stay in your lane.
Yeah. keep the politics out of the games. All right, let's talk about George H.W. Bush in this cartoon.
It is, George W. Bush got good George H.W. Bush, forgive me, got good cartoon representation. He was probably the last, I guess Bill Clinton might have too, but
I wasn't clear on if it was, so it is George.
I think that's Barbara Bush. I'm pretty sure
Barbara Bush is a whole hot mess in this episode.
Yeah.
We get a lot more Barbara Bush than if the fact that we are clear that it's Barbara and unclear if it's George says a lot about who gets more screen time. Yeah, like Jeremy has pulled up there.
I'm trying to find Barbara.
We see a lot of him in the Oval Office, like in the chair on the phone, his back sort of to the camera, to the viewers.
Yeah, we never see his face, I don't think.
No, we don't, because I was waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. I was hoping to get a voice actor.
What's happening to her all of the time?
And he still looks like she's like blowing in the wind,
And also, like that caricature just seems like it could really suit any person ever in politics, male or female, if you take the hair off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That could easily be Rudy Giuliani without the hair.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's also weird how maybe we should do this all in order at some point, but it's weird how like she's clearly not a cartoon person. Like the other characters have like big eyes and big noses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's that whole other style of art of like more details on the face.
And she just like clearly is a person. Like she's
the Animaniacs kind of thing.
Yeah. That's the whole thing where they had to like confirm that Mario is not a human in the video games. Like I think because of Odyssey, when he goes to New Donk City and there's like people walking around and they're taller. I think Nintendo said that he's officially like Homo Nintendonis or something.
Homo Really?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I love
find
the
it.
weird lore that shows up in random articles. By the way, the entire budget went to her face. That's what happened. Because
there it is.
There's no textures at all in this episode. Like the grass is just a plane of green color. And then when they're doing a press conference, there are 3 people there.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
There's no budget. Are we watching the whole thing from?
No, we should just talk about it.
All right, cool.
Jeremy's sort of the DJ and just plays the relevant clips.
Yeah. I don't like that I can't find an official thing on this. I feel like there was, but now I'm just on Aliens fandom, which I feel like that can't be legitimate.
I really it's very Tripod reminiscent, isn't it?
Yeah.
That website. Do you remember Tripod?
I don't know. What is
Oh,
it?
was that like it was like a GeoCities or something?
Yeah,
like
GeoCities.
Yeah.
I mean, interchangeable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think I had one of each, if not more.
I had a GeoCities and a Free Webs.
I had a Homestead.
Homestead is good. I had I used to have web TV where you could like get on your internet through your television before if you didn't have a computer. And it was like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was like a little receiver you put up and you had a keyboard, and so like your living room TV would be the internet. And then I think that had some way to host like websites. So like screen cap, if you wanted to go, if you were looking for a website that just had, I don't know, odd, contextless JPEGs from various television shows a boy had been watching, I had a good website going on web TV.
I believe I had a corn MIDI on my website. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think I knew it was corn. I just liked the MIDI.
I remember I had a lot of GIFs of Goku doing stuff. That was my big move. Was just Goku.
I don't like the way you said that.
What,
I
didn't mean.
You made it hard not to wonder.
No, I was young. I was born in '93, so I had a free webs account in like second grade. And I thought it was a genius.
'93, I hate it.
Yeah.
God, I remember when '80s was like so cool and young and fresh, and I'm like, oh no, I was born in the '80s. Woof. That fashion has already come and gone again. Now we're in the '90s. That's how old I am.
It's cycled around again. Mark's an '80s guy too, though, right? What are you, 84, Mark?
Yeah, I was 84. I just turned 36 a few weeks ago.
That's nice. Nice to hear. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday, whenever your last one was. And Jeremy, even more recently than I, on Halloween. Once again, happy birthday, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday.
One step closer to death.
Jeremy turned 47 this year.
So okay. Speaking of 80s and 90s, this show came out in 1990. Chloe, did you ever watch it as a kid when it was out?
I watched Super Mario Super Show. I did watch that. This is something that evaded me. Thankfully, mercifully, yes, I didn't watch this.
Did you even if you sorry, two questions. Have you revisited the Mario Super Show at all since like your original?
Yeah, I believe I have. I think I watched a couple, and it's fine. It's fine. It's better than this, is what I'll say.
It's better than a lot of things.
Yeah, it's really pretty good. I have revisited the Super Mario Brothers movie as well. Multiple times. Love that movie.
Something we've oft talked. I mean, it's natural that we would talk about it. We've watched every episode of the Mario Super Show, and it's bound to happen. But it's almost like this big thing we can only do once in a,
Yeah. So wait, have you not done the movie yet?
We have not.
No, not as an episode of the show. No.
Mark has seen it. I have not seen it.
And I saw it as a kid. I saw it when it was released, and I was probably 9, 10. I don't know.
You can't get it on streaming anymore.
Really?
Like, you can't even buy it.
What are we gonna?
Last year, and I was like, I watched it. It was great, and then I tried to show it to somebody I was dating, and it just does not exist online anymore.
That's insane. I will buy the DVD.
Is there a Blu-ray or anything?
I'm sure there's a Criterion Collection version that we could buy.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find. Maybe I'm wrong here, but like I was trying real hard. You can buy it for $4 at Best Buy. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get like a DVD.
It's $30 for a Blu-ray on eBay.
That's crazy that you would even want to watch that in Blu-ray. I feel like that's a movie you want to see in standard definition. Like it's part of the charm.
But it looks good. I think it's part of the rep is that it looks good.
That's true.
Like isn't like the same like the guy that shot Blade Runner is
is that true?
Photography or something?
There's a lot of like legit people on there. Did you guys know? Do you know the story, like the backstory of the movie and how?
I know nothing about it, honestly.
I feel like
stressful the set was, and how there was like constant battling between like the writers, and there's 2 directors
between the Marios and the Goombas, of course. Yeah,
between the Marios and the Goombas, but there's like a lot of strife on that set. It's actually really interesting. Yeah.
Do you know the other the I guess like maybe the trivia bit or whatever that I know is that it does this? Was Bob Hoskins like not all the way familiar with what the hell the Mario game even was? Until some way into the process or something. I feel like I heard that. If that's made up, I don't know. Or maybe like his kids told him to do it because he thought it was cool.
Well, what I know is that the pages changed constantly. Like the pages were constantly changed every single day, and they didn't even know what the movie was like halfway into the shoot, which is hysterical.
I'm so down to like reappraise it, but as a kid, I'm not gonna lie that it did kind of. It was like I think I just wanted something to feel like the game, which what the hell that would even be, I don't know. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
remember seeing the movies like, oh, this is weird. I think that in Street Fighter where this 1-2 punch of like, I don't think they should do this anymore. Like, I know those are like
shouldn't be allowed,
obvious things to like dunk on, but it was just so like, whoa, what did I?
It's what you're going into it with. It's like, obviously you want Super Mario Brothers. I had a crush on John Leguizamo, so I had a 10 out of 10 experience on that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good crush to have.
I gotta say, I'm like a late in life Leguizamo fan. Like lately in the last year or so. Like,
Mark, I hope you live longer than 36. This is not your late in life. On your Wikipedia page, late in life Leguizamo fan as a section.
I kind of want that Facebook group.
I want right above early death. I want late in life Leguizamo phase. And like he watched Waco on Netflix. He thought it was great.
People in the Twitch chat are saying that Bob Hoskins was blackout drunk the whole time on set.
I mean, probably everyone was doing coke as well.
It was his method acting.
And also, this show, I was gonna say, the one that we're gonna talk about, unclear on whether or not. Like I wrote this down. I wrote some notes so I wouldn't forget. But I wrote either someone is on a bunch of drugs or like a really passionate children's show writer. That's the note that I wrote. Because clearly, like somebody's just like, let's just do a bunch of drugs and write this episode, bang one out in 30 minutes, or just like some weird guys like, we gotta teach them about America.
There's not really a message in it. It's certainly not about anything.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Okay.
This is anti-imperialism and pro-corporal punishment.
I had a theory that, and maybe we should talk about it more, like what actually happens in this episode for those who I'm sure have not watched it. But my take is that it's a commentary on political dynasties, and that King Koopa, George H.W. hands Cootie Pie George W. Bush the presidency. That's my big take.
That's a hot take.
I'm a little confused. Yeah, we should. Yeah,
okay.
I'll there's like no transition of power. It just seems like
it's very confusing.
Up, is like,
I don't know.
In charge now, and
It's like the White House is gone. They're like, well, I guess she's the leader. So
she's where the White House was a minute ago. So hey, I don't know. Check the Constitution. I think that's how it works.
It's super confusing where the White House is most of the episode too. Like it disappears, but they don't really explain it.
That's right. There's weird White House continuity in this episode.
The story made no real sense though. It was so blurry.
Yeah, something that happened from the jump from the Super Show, which granted had like the live action bits, but those were just like a couple of minutes added up maybe, and then the animated thing was maybe like 15-ish minutes or something. Now the Mario 3 was like 2, shorter episodes. So this thing is just like bing, bing, bing. It just really like kind of keeps going to the next thing, except for when it takes a break to do the frog song, which I'm sure we'll get.
Which I did write the lyrics down.
I started to, and then I'm just like, I'm writing ribbit, ribbit, croak, croak. Okay.
I got that too.
I mean, those are good lyrics.
It's frog stuff. It's frog stuff. How much of this am I going to transcribe? But yeah.
I committed, Mark.
Does this episode take place? Does this exist before like the lizard people conspiracy theory? It must, right? Because it is called Reptiles in the Rose Garden, which now, if you made that, it would sound like you're referencing like politicians or lizard people.
QAnon shit. This definitely, I read that and I was like, wow.
Ahead of its time.
I think it might have just been that sort of vague, like politicians and lawyers are all a bunch of snakes kind of mentality that used to be in the air.
That's fair. That's fair.
But Reptiles in the Rose Garden is so
it's very specific. On the nose.
Kind of a poetic title for certainly like Mario Brothers that generally
I mean, are Koopas even technically reptiles? Do we know that?
They're lizard adjacent.
Somebody's mad about this.
Someone pointed out, just worth mentioning, maybe it's not, but it's just really interesting that we just remind me that in the movie, they got Yoshi in the movie, but isn't Yoshi just like a kind of a terrifying dinosaur?
Yeah, he is.
Is that right? Is that right?
Dinosaur, or in the movie as the dinosaur. He's like he's cute.
I feel like that might have been more like what I actually like wanted when I was like, I want the Mario Brothers. Okay, sorry, I'm just thinking about that now. I'm still thinking about the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about that too. I'll talk about that all night.
Yeah, I could tell. So Reptiles in the Rose Garden. I forget, Jeremy, does this one have kind of the same writers? Do you remember a lot? The Mario 3 show?
I don't think it does as the Super Show.
Or just like the same.
Actually,
this
is
same kind of stable of people.
Written by Alan Smithy, and Alan Smithy.
It is written by Reed Shelley and Bruce Shelley. So
right?
I don't know if they're brothers and sisters or
no relation.
That was no relation.
No relation.
Why do they keep putting like duos on these Mario things?
I don't know.
Oh, we had a whole saga with Eve and Bob Forward.
That's true. Who wrote
Bob Forward? Bob Forward wrote all of the Legend of Zelda cartoons that are oddly weird and
yes,
weird and everything else. And
weird.
He wrote one with his sister.
Yeah, and one with his mom, I think.
One with his mom, and then the rest. There's like 13 Zeldas, all written by Bob Forward. One with his sister, one with his mom, 11 on his own.
Yeah, but he really
came
wrote
on our show. He's a fascinating man. He came on our show. He's a wonderful, interesting person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very strange
that's
person.
Cool. Reed Shelley's done a lot. I'm looking at right now, like a lot
in other animation and stuff.
So yeah, he did Super Show, he did Super Mario Brothers 3 TV series, he did Captain Planet, he did Sonic the Hedgehog, Richard Scarry. Do you guys remember that one?
I don't know that one.
I've not seen that.
And Jay Otter.
He's all over a lot of this. Oh, the Cop Show. He was on the COPS Cops.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cybernetic Crimes in a Future Time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Something like that. Fighting. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, he's done some stuff.
Yeah,
he's a vet.
Prolific career.
He's solid.
For the Shelleys.
Any word on Bruce?
On Bruce Shelley?
Found an Imager link. Okay, we're not going there.
Bruce has just become a shit poster.
I found an IMDb.
I found his OnlyFans.
Is that real? That would be great.
Bruce Shelley.
Bruce Shelley may have gone all the way back as far as MASH and written on MASH.
Oh wow, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Chips. Oh, some great TV stuff. Chips, Wonder Woman, Monster Squad, Emergency.
Biker Mice from Mars. Don't know what
so we have some really more than I realized. Some real like beyond. I mean, animation vets certainly, but we're talking about someone who wrote like on Here's Lucy and MASH and
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
and
granted, smart in the '60s.
And a lot of these are. I'm not trying to knock anything, but just like a couple of episodes, but all over the place, all the way up into like you talk about that, and then Dallas, Chips, Fame, Fantasy Island. So like very prevalent through a lot of TV. Wow. That's cool. That's kind of what me and Jeremy are leading up to. I think the way we've branched into writing speculative Mario Brothers episodes because we ran out of ones to watch.
Do you want to be one of these guys who just writes like one?
I just want to watch
of every cartoon for 40 years.
I think we should. Yeah, exactly. We should write one episode of every cartoon. Get on the next one. Good to get. You know.
That's cool.
They're talking about underwear in the chat.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a whole other thing. So real quick, just for people who are new, I'll put it up. Bob Forward is the guy who wrote all the. You know, the chat is misbehaving. No, just kidding. Bob Forward wrote all the Zelda cartoons, and he's a really weird guy who's working on technology to shock his.
And he looks like an expendable. He looks like
he does look like an expendable. So the thing about Bob Forward is that he's inventing underwear that you use to shock your testicles to give you more testosterone. And it seems to be working great for him because the guy's huge.
What? We talking about?
No, this is. It sounds like we're conspiracy theorists, but this is. I can't find a photo of it. This is just.
Did you find this yourself?
Well, we were just googling it the same way we're doing now. We were like, oh, I wonder what this guy looks like. Let's look up Bruce Shelley, and we look up Bob Forward, and we're like, wait a minute, this can't be the guy. Or this guy is. There's something going on here. This isn't the guy who writes the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Yeah.
But
in
then,
what may be my favorite episode of this show, we set out to talk about an episode he wrote, and we just like discovered this and never got to the cartoon at all, and just spent an hour and a half.
He's a whole thing.
Figured out Bob Forward, and then like
he's apparently an American writer god, is what I'm finding.
He's done some writing, and then we got him on the show, and I didn't have the guts to ask him straight out.
We didn't do it.
About his dad's time machine? Did you ask him about his dad's time machine?
Wait, what's the time machine?
His father knew how to build a time machine. Robert L. Ford is his father. He's an American physicist and science fiction writer. Do you guys not see this?
No, I missed this.
So his literary work was noted for its scientific credibility and use of ideas developed from his career as an aerospace engineer. He also made important contribution to gravitational wave detection research. So he apparently there's something about a time machine and published 11 novels. Wow. What? Oh, this family.
Every time we look at Bob Forward,
there's
also
just more.
We're not very good researchers.
Yeah, either someone's fucking with us, or we're just not great at reading wiki. But
Chloe, I really got to thank you for coming onto our show as a guest and contributing to our long-standing mythology. That's really.
Bob Forward is fascinating.
I love to research. This is my thing. I love this. Wow, this is so wow. This is real deep lore, huh?
Yeah.
Can we write a episode of a cartoon about just the people who wrote these cartoons?
I think there's something interesting there. It zooms out, and we do some meta things about.
His dad builds time machines.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there shocking his testes.
Yeah, it's a crazy looking photo. If anyone in the chat can find it,
cartoon.
I'm not gonna go searching for it again right now. But I'll put it up on the screen, and it's like it looks like it looks like he put like those little circle batteries on his underwear. It's fucking crazy.
Okay, yeah, wait, I gotta find it.
Yeah, if someone will find it.
It was like a really good.
Here it is.
Oh,
Someone found
here you
it.
go.
If someone has it in the chat.
Thank you,
Gigi.
Patent.
Yo,
This isn't even a photo of the actual.
Yes.
What?
Look at this.
This is the whole thing.
What's the
It is-
hole?
it is
Is
a
that where
diagram to break
is that where
down.
you put your penis. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
I was that was so it protects the peen, and then in like a Faraday cage, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It talks about like all the different amounts of voltage that goes. I think some of that is color coded. I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe not.
Well,
I don't
these
know.
two circles are like pads for like you can see like wires going up into this little thing up here. Yeah, it's
that little clip on. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, who am I to judge? The guy's fucking jacked. Like,
Clearly
something's working.
None of us know. I don't want to assume, but I am going to that none of us know whether or not this would work because we do not know how this would work.
Right. My gut tells me it doesn't work.
Yeah, if I were to listen to my gut,
but I
as a non-scientist.
Yeah.
But did you read the whole patent? Because it's really long.
That's
Who knows?
Here's the lie. It's funny just to skim it, and that's what you just see like, oh, 12 volts going that way. Okay, wow.
It's so much.
Whatever it says.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's it's a lot. I don't know.
I really like this family. I also am saying participation in the fandom. Okay, so Mr. Ford took to posting to a news group alt.toys.transformers, then the central hub of online fandom. So he would actually go into like the Transformer fandom.
Because he wrote on Beast Wars was another of his gigs, I remember.
Oh God. Oh my God. Hold on. Does he have any social media? I'm sorry. Like now I'm really
he's a
interested. I know
fascinating
you guys
person.
And this was the thing. Like this was just so like
it's hard not to talk about it.
What started as the harmless Google of like who wrote this Zelda cartoon. You see the pictures and you go, okay, certainly that's not like what he really looks like. And then that's merely just like.
And the fucked up thing is that the whole time we did to the very end, the whole time we were watching the show for like a year and a half, we kept joking that he was like really horny, and we thought that was like weird. And then we were like, this guy's not horny. Like, let's like stop bullying this person we don't even know. And then we look him up and he's shocking his testicles. So
the trick is, like you guys know, the McElroys, the way they do Monster Factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they create a monster, but it's all about why they love that monster.
That's true.
And why that monster is so beautiful. And I kind of think that's how I look at this. Is like, it's not this guy's fucking weird. It's like, whoa, no, this guy's real weird. Like, it's so, this is a whole world that exists that now we're like dipping our faces into because of Google.
And we did
wouldn't even know.
And he did say he was horny, so it's not like we made it up.
Did he say he's horny?
He said that he like based one of the characters on the fact that his first crush or something was Tinkerbell.
He was talking about like Tinkerbell giving his first boner, so that's why
he literally said that. Like that was
the sprite character in Zelda is so oddly like
I guarantee
charged all the time.
I haven't listened back, but I'm pretty sure our question was not what was your first boner. He said he gave us that. I didn't have
the guts to ask him anything. I chickened out and asked him. Yeah.
I feel like that should be your first question on every podcast. So what gave you your first boner?
That's true.
That's a good podcast topic on its own.
Yeah,
no, that's a whole show.
That really is a whole show.
Patreon exclusive that we're thinking about starting. No one wants to subscribe. No one wants to appear on the show, so we don't. It's actually working out. One hand washes the other.
Is that his website, by the way?
He
sells explosions.
He does like he makes stock footage of explosions. It's called Detonation Films.
I wonder if he's having a good year.
I'm pulling this up on mine as well, so I can.
Do you think he's having a good year?
He does it with his son.
People are finishing their action films in quarantine, perhaps, and they were maybe gonna, shoot some explosions, but now they can.
Tips and tutorials.
They can buy a fucking cool little flamethrower thing.
So he blows shit up, shocks his testicles, writes Zelda cartoons, I guess, and then writes books. And his dad's a physicist that's famous for writing books also, and also being a famous physicist.
He's basically, it's like when Richie Rich grows up.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
He's almost a supervillain if he wasn't very sweet.
Very sweet too. We talked to him and like
he could easily be a supervillain. He's got he's checking all the boxes.
And he has a comic.
Yeah.
We are in like the act 1 to 2 of him being our supervillain. Where
That's
we're
true.
getting along. Hey, Dr. Connor, everything's going super well.
Yeah. Yep. Are you looking at this web comic that he does? Have you gone to this?
I haven't really looked at it.
I just
dare we? What is?
Well, look, I don't. There's nothing horny on it that I'm looking at, but there's a lot of ads. This website looks reminiscent of 2007.
It is very. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
This is 3 minutes to max or whatever countdown.
Specifically, yeah. Look at that. It looks like a Penny Arcade page from like 2007.
It really does. He's got a Patreon. I think he does it with his son.
That sounds right. I was gonna say there was something he does. He works with his family as much as he can.
I guess the genes are real strong in this one.
Yeah, because they're shocking him.
Yeah, that's.
You see the diapers he has his kids wearing. This kid's 8. He's writing comic books. It's amazing.
Oh man.
He does the ink. He does the lettering. It's okay.
This is popular. It's got comments and stuff.
Has a comment? How I hold on.
He hasn't updated it since March, but it's a thing.
Well, things are happening. Literally, the last was the day that LA went into shutdown.
Yeah.
Like March 20th is when we went into shutdown.
Do you know when we talked to him?
When we did the episode?
Yeah.
Let me look. Probably not too much before then.
Oh, he has an Amazon wish list, my guys.
Oh man,
it's just stuff to blow up. It's literally stuff to.
He could literally have it.
He's got a list of stuff to blow up.
We talked to him on April 10th, probably something like that.
Okay, so yeah.
This guy's fascinating, and I admire his ability to do a bunch of different things.
Yeah, he's a whole person. He's got everything going on.
I'm looking for the website counter on here, like the person, like how many people have been onto a website. You guys remember those?
Yeah, like what is it, Alexa or whatever it's called?
That was like the OG likes on a website was like how many people had visited your page.
The ticker.
They have wallpapers. Oh, okay. That's a wallpaper, I guess. That's not a negative thing. It's just I mean, you click it. It's not. Don't worry, you won't get banned from Twitch.
Okay. That's
just an
interesting.
Inch,
sure.
An inch away.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to draw with your son. I'll say that. That's a weird one.
I don't know. Her short denim pants that are unzipped are like on still. I don't know what's so inappropriate about that.
Well, if you donate $1, you can download Cool Off, which I assume must be the.
Yeah.
You act like she's taking off her shirt and bra and not just her shirt. Like, what's the big?
She gave up on her pants halfway through and then just went for her shirt. You notice that? She's like, this is too hard.
You're taking the picture now. Shit.
Yeah, this is drawn. So this is drawn by Max. I don't know if Bob wrote this picture, but Max drew it.
He definitely wrote it.
Wait, okay, hold on. Is it Max Forward is his name, right?
Yes. Which is also the name of a action movie character.
Dude, the names too in this family.
Storyboard artist. Okay, I found his Twitter. He's got a cat. It's a cat.
Oh, wait, what is his Twitter?
Max_forward.
Great, let's go to
it. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, this was like abandoned. We're in abandoned territory from 2 years ago.
Sure.
And it looks like he's just posting Instagram. But let's check out his Instagram though.
I followed him on Twitter, so
the whole Forward family's gone dark.
Oh, he's got a kid.
Yeah, I think Bob Forward's a grandfather.
So then these kids are just gonna be. What's their plan? What's gonna happen to these kids?
I don't know. They're gonna be fucking strong as hell.
Yeah,
they're gonna be everything. Like I think every generation accrues all the generation before there's talent and then some. So I think it's gonna be a thing to see. You know,
their kid is actually Robert Forward. He just time traveled to the future, so it works.
Hey, if everyone can follow Max Forward on Twitter or on Instagram right now,
He'll see it.
Just to confuse the hell
Give him
out
a little
of him.
bump. Give him a little nice bump.
I'm gonna follow him right now. He's got 464 followers. But if you guys all did it, then he'd have 500. Be like, what the heck happened? I'll post the link. Yeah, bring him on.
Maybe we can get him to talk about the underwear thing.
We got too scared.
All right, it's in the chat, by the way, if anybody wants to go follow him.
Hey.
Yeah, go follow Max Forward, who again I think should be the star of a movie, that kind of like a direct-to-DVD movie about a guy who saves the world from like terrorists or something.
Oh, I see the number going up. A whole one person other than me. Keep it coming, my guys. Yeah, this is I like this lore.
Yeah, this is good. It'll happen every time. I think we always try not to get too deep into the Bob Forward stuff, and then we find something out and we're like,
it's like, what can you do? What can you do when you find out certain things?
I feel like we may have uncovered there's got to be more. There's more.
I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more. And it keeps writing. There's more to come. You know, Bob Forward's going to live to be 150 probably. And he'll outlive us all, and there'll keep being more information about it.
It was funny. I'm thinking back to it now. Like, we watched like a half dozen Zelda episodes, and it was always written by Bob Forward, and that was it. And I would joke about how he'd write an autobiography called One Step Forward, Two Steps Back one day, and it was just like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
That's great.
And then like it was all just like, never in our wildest dreams did we think that, like, I don't know, this thing we're goofing about. It was just like, the truth is stranger than fiction. That's all.
I can't wait for Max's 2024 presidential campaign.
I'd vote for him. I'd vote for Max.
I would too.
Our country needs to take a step forward. I think that'd be a great campaign slogan.
I'm ready for
that's great.
I want a jacked fucking president.
It's been too long. We need this.
Yeah, give me the fucking Air Force One
we had a
that
jacked
I feel good
governor.
about.
That's true.
That's right. That was pretty
Sorry
good.
to interrupt you.
No, it's all good. I just think, like, even with this show, let's segue back into this a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. I mean, not that Bob Forward isn't all we need. Like the way that like the president used to the president used to be this almost more like generic figure and would go from like George Bush to Bill Clinton or whatever, but then he also had like movie president, and it was just almost this like stock kind of character and stuff. And like, I think it would be nice to get back to that, like a more just like a jacked one that I would feel good about.
Really jacked.
If someone hijacked his plane, he'd fucking say, "Get off my plane," and sock him, and like
Mark, that was the best segue I've ever heard to get back to this cartoon. I don't know how you did it, and you did it.
I have an oddly specific skill set, which is we've done 80 of these.
All right, if we're talking the cartoon, can I play one clip real quick?
Please,
I think it's very funny. Basically, the beginning of this episode is just...
I know exactly what you're going to
do. So we're 45 minutes in, but the beginning of the episode of the Mario cartoon is that Cootie Pie is like, I want America or whatever. That's what I want for my birthday.
She's unsatisfied with her other gifts that she's getting for her birthday.
I just really like the beginning that... Sorry, Chloe, what's up?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I laughed out loud at least 3 times watching this.
Yes.
I was alone in my house, and I just like spit took 3 times, I think.
I don't know if this is the bit you're thinking of, but the one that I really liked is when they're like, I'm so glad that we don't have to deal with Koopa anymore. And then as like before he even finishes the sentence, Mario's like, oh my God, he's got a fucking airplane. Like he just like he freaks out.
But I have help, the president can't swim.
That was great. All right, let me play this clip real quick.
16.
It sure is nice not to worry about the Koopas for a while.
Yeah, when King Koopa gives his kids a birthday party, they stay Koopa'd up in Koopa Castle all day. Oh no! It's King Koopa!
Yeah!
It's just like less than a second later.
I laughed at this one too.
Right.
No time is wasted on this show.
Steamrolls in. Hey,
look at that
I like
ship, by the way.
That's
useless.
It's all fragmented looking. And is it like meant? I almost started to think, it looks like when you would see a level laid out in a Nintendo Power magazine. It's all like jagged. Is that the idea?
Maybe it's supposed to be sort of like a platformer type of ship.
If we want to give them the
that's
benefit
the case,
of the doubt,
that's actually pretty creative.
Mm-hmm. It's made out of like Lincoln logs.
Yeah, it is. But I can see that. I can see how it can be a like I'm trying to remember if there's a level in Mario where you're on a battle.
I think in 3 is there battleships where the camera keeps moving.
There must be.
You try to keep in front of it and stuff.
And this show is based off of 3.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be. most of the show feels like someone wrote a list of
Yes.
things that happen in it, and then they gave it to the writers, and they just like
Mhm.
kind of put it in,
Filled
but didn't know
some
what
margins.
it was.
Yeah.
The airship looks like Lincoln Logs. If you look at the game,
Okay,
it's
the
game?
actually
Right on.
almost identical. So you know what? Good job, guys. Never mind.
Airship.
I do like the line right before
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
there it
talked
is.
before about Koopa. At least used to use the word coop. We wondered if it was his F word, but the way Mario was throwing it around right there, I hope it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
But he's talking
Okay,
about.
yeah. This
Koopa
does
using
actually look
cookies.
exactly like the airship. It is a pretty boring interpretation of what this airship would be if it was real, which is just they drew it, which had like with giant holes in the middle, and it's a log thick. But they did
It's faithful
technically.
though. It is
Yeah.
faithful.
Yeah, pretty accurate. That's kind of hard to animate in 2D. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's 2D here, but like, 3D,
Personally,
2D.
If you asked me to do it, I would just draw a wooden ship that flies. I wouldn't have done it
wooden
this
ship.
faithfully, but
Yeah, dude.
that's why I'm not an artist.
Mm-hmm. I've seen your animation, Jeremy. It's pretty good. I think I'd like to see you tackle a big airship.
Thank you. So anyway,
Oh,
she shows
when
up.
you cut back and forth though, it is pretty good. Like they have like
Yeah.
even the way the underbelly of it sort of. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So what do they do? They
We're
lock
arguing
everyone
right now.
up.
We're doing a podcast, dogs.
So they like they shoot like little chain chomps at people, and then the chain chomps like bite them, and then that's how they like capture what is it, Mario, Luigi?
Yeah. So they're just trying to ambush her birthday, I think, right? Is that what's going on in the first place?
Yeah. I
Or
think
no, it's
so.
the airship. No, you're right. They're on the airship. So then they capture. They kind of throw the.
Yeah.
They
I have
ensnare
to
them and they fall and
remove the
chain.
dog from the room because
Oh, by all means,
Yeah,
yes.
no
yes,
worries.
no worries. And so they become captors, and then I like that. It's fun. So you think they have? She's turning 16. It's Cootie Pie's sweet 16.
Is it? No,
They
are
say
you
that.
fucking with me?
I think they say that in there.
Because we've seen one other episode of the show, right? The only other episode that we watched is Cootie Pie Rocks, which is the one with Milli Vanilli. Isn't that also her birthday?
Maybe isn't that why they get Millie Vanilli?
Let me look it up.
wait, is
I've
it
written-
Cootie Pie's birthday every?
I don't know.
We're thinking it might be because we did have a guest appear who asked if we could skip ahead of our order and watch this Millie Vanilli episode, and so yeah, but.
Maybe I'm wrong.
If it's not her birthday, it's at the very least he's like, okay, I'll get you Millie Vanilli to make you happy. So it's like a similar sort of device that I wonder if they,
Yeah,
you know, her the spoiled Cootie Pie.
I think I'm misremembering.
Being all needy and shit.
I think I feel bad that I claim that the show went to the same well. I think I'm just wrong.
Right after we were praising that ship.
I know.
But no, I think right at the beginning when like so it's really odd and funny, and I wondered everybody's take on it when you know, Cootie Pie's getting all these presents and she's being a brat. She's throwing fits like, I don't like my presents. And Koopa's like, well, what do you want? I'm paraphrasing. I think I'm paraphrasing. And Koopa's like, what do you want? She goes, America. And then it's weird because Koopa's like, that's in the real world. It's what are you like? Oh, we're a bunch of fucking video games.
That is weird. I don't know what that freaked me out a little bit. It's a dark.
Wait, did they do full meta in the show?
Yeah, that they say.
He says it's
they
in
say
the
a
real
few
world.
times. Like, you can't go there.
Oh yeah, when they talk about in the real world.
I want America, but that's in the real world. Don't you want a fireball or something? Like,
we're not real. We're fake.
And then
I want to watch the episode where they have existential crises.
Yeah,
like the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It's
they see a
up.
Nintendo. They see a Mario game for sale. Like, what the fuck is this? There's stacks of these. That boy's got me on his hat. What's going on?
Do you know how much they would make on a Kickstarter if they were going to reboot the Mario Brothers movie and they got John Leguizamo, and Bob? Bob is he?
He's no longer. Bob's not with us anymore.
Is he dead?
Damn it!
We lost Bob. Yeah.
Man.
We lost Bob. We lost Lou.
I mean, it's like almost like a hacky joke at this point. But if you cast Danny DeVito as Mario in the Mario reboot movie, you would make $1 billion. I think.
You absolutely. Oh yeah, Danny DeVito. You gotta have John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
he was like,
bring back John.
John Leguizamo, and I'm telling you, Leguizamo and Michael Shannon are really good in Waco. I could see Michael Shannon as intense Mario. Yeah, I'm thinking Mike. I love Michael Shannon. He's so good. He could do anything.
Are we fan casting this now?
Yeah.
And then as long as I can put Dave Bautista in there somewhere, I'm good.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista gets fan casted and everything.
That is actually true. He does end up getting
and
fan
Zendaya.
casted.
I feel like Zendaya is everything too. Yeah, she'd make a good Peach.
There you go. There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Dave Bautista is toad.
I do appreciate that they did not do the Mario Peach angle and they did the maybe they're like, what are we gonna do with this? Like, this is a mess. So like, all right, Luigi and Daisy, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But I liked it. I thought they came at it from a real weird, different angle.
And then Daisy is played by Samantha Mathis.
Yeah.
Samantha Mathis, who was around for a minute. I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean that in a cool way. Like she was in, I think, Broken Arrow in the 90s as well. A few other things. She was
such a good Daisy too. She
had a minute.
I didn't know Daisy was in it. This is me not having seen it. I didn't realize that Daisy was the one.
I feel like we shouldn't.
It's hard to track.
No, I don't. That's weird that they did that. That's a weird move.
She's in Billions. She's in a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
She's Lost. Yeah, she killed it.
Doing good. Maybe I didn't mean to downplay her longevity. It sounds like it is more than this idiot knows about.
Paying the mortgage.
She's probably on the list with like Patrick Dempsey of people that we don't think we can get on the podcast.
I bet we could.
Do you know this, Dempsey? Chloe? Do you know the Patrick Dempsey thing? Because this is another rabbit hole.
Do you want to talk lore for a second?
Yeah. Do you want to get back into
more like a theory bordering?
Okay. Wait. Let me find it. Fuck. All right. I gotta. I'm sure we've tweeted about it. So there's a theory that Patrick Dempsey was a production assistant on, or like something with like production on the set of the live action of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Whoa!
I mean, to the degree that like someone's credited Patrick Dempsey all the time. There's like walk-on roles, but it's hard to tell if it's him. But it's like kind of age appropriate. He is credited
as the plant in this episode where you can't see who the person is.
Yes. See, yeah, that's the show.
We don't know. The show credits this as Patrick Dempsey, and we're like, it's got to be a different Patrick Dempsey. But like IMDb, Patrick Dempsey credits him. Like IMDb says, Patrick Dempsey is the plant, right?
So there's not two Patrick Dempseys out there.
The weirdest part about this, though, is that it's after he was famous, so it doesn't quite make sense.
It's like after Can't Buy Me Love and shit. So
the timing certainly doesn't work.
If I was Patrick Dempsey and I like did a movie and this is like, you want to do this dumb Super Mario thing, I'd be like,
maybe he was
he's credited on IMDb, which of course anyone can like probably.
Like if you were a gamer in '89, there wasn't a lot to get involved with, so maybe that was a cool thing. Maybe he jumped at the chance, right?
But the thing is, we could not find any other Patrick Dempsey.
It could be like a friend of his is on the show and he would happen to be on set and they threw him in a thing, you know.
But the weird thing is that he's credited as a production manager for all 65 episodes of the Mario show. So they claim that he was like the production manager of like the live action part of the show. Has anyone
asked him about this?
I don't think so.
On camera?
No, and we couldn't find a second Patrick Dempsey who it would have been.
Who moved on to production manager.
Research time.
A few. So all we can really find is people on Reddit being like, "Today I learned Patrick Dempsey was." In
I just found that post as you were saying.
But like Reddit, who fucking knows if Reddit knows?
Sci-Fi Wire is posting about it.
There you go.
That's a legit.
Like Patrick Dempsey, like he just seems like some celebrities, and it's their absolute right, could have kind of a more of a one-way street social media where just like he's got 1 million followers, and once in a while it's like, hey, I was in a race car last week, and like that's kind of the whole thing, you know. He doesn't really hop on there to mix it up, I don't think, very often. Otherwise, I'll try to ask.
Yeah, you think Patrick Dempsey's like kind of a one-lane guy, not a plant, not a production manager on Super Mario.
I did find this other actor. So this is Patrick Dempsey, what he looks like in 1987. He's got like this curly hair that like kind of goes a little over his head. This is 87. 89 is the Mario show. Who is this extra? That could be him. God.
I don't know. That guy looks like he's got more miles on him than Patrick Dempsey. That guy looks like Henry the serial killer back there.
I'm on a Sci-Fi Wire thing. It looks like.
I feel like I'm doing like a fake Melania thing where I'm like I'm like looking at the ears. This is almost a Bigfoot photo.
Yeah, I could.
I love it. The motion blur.
I could see it.
It's very odd. He's listed as.
I wanted to be him so bad. I wanted to him so bad, but it's just like it's just so like that last bit of just the timing just stops it from really making sense. It would make so much sense if this show came out in 1984 or something, you know.
Yeah.
Why is he credited on IMDb?
I don't know.
He's in the credits of the show itself. Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah,
it's not.
He's in the credits of every episode.
It's like a kind of a perfectly like not uncommon, not strange, but I don't know. Like again, like we can't find another Patrick Dempsey anywhere.
My mind is blown here.
Sorry, we told you you're coming on a cartoon show.
No. This is what I'm here for. I love this stuff. Hey, my friends in the chat, Patrick is like legit, like
not Dempsey.
Not Dempsey.
You would have mentioned that, I assume.
Patrick, see if you can find anything on this whole
Patrick.
situation.
Hello, Patrick. Oh my God, Patrick.
It's Hoo-da-ha, by the way.
Okay. Hey. Hoo-da-ha. Yeah, like it's so, it's that thing. There's like whatever bit of evidence we have, it's all very
weird.
Like,
none of it.
It's all very
sense.
gray, where the age is kind of right, but then also like but also kind of doesn't make sense that he'd do it. But
I believe it.
Like,
I think it's him. I have a psychic. It's a psychic feeling.
All right,
it's him. I think
I'm on board.
Hey, I mean, look,
I'm absolutely
we all
on
want
board.
it to be true.
Yeah,
And
no
then
one's
we could-
against it.
I mean, I would like to ask him if that's him, and just like not in a condescending way at all, but like,
No.
but why? Because like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
what were you doing?
You were working, unless you had.
It's too many years.
What year? What are the years? 60 episodes spanning
Yes.
what time period? So was he
So-
already?
The show airs every single Monday to Friday for 3 months in late 1989. So September to December is all 65 episodes.
Mhm. We've theorized that they had to just get it out while it was still the 80s, and that shit would have still flown. know.
Do that much.
That's my favorite theory of ours.
Oh my God, that's a lot. Monday to Friday?
But they're all short. They're like 5-minute segments, and no one wrote them. Like they're definitely mostly
No.
improvised.
And I feel like, I mean, although, the production manager might have had one of the rougher jobs, because like whatever, there wasn't, like you said, there wasn't a lot of screenwriting going on, but there was like coordinating of celebrity guests and
He's also never been a
costumes
production
and,
manager outside of this. He's not
This
like
is a fair point too. Oh no, that doesn't, because it was live. It's not live, but it was shot every day. But Gina says he could have shot it earlier and not had it released until later, which is
Sure.
that's
Yeah,
a
right.
But it
legitimate
doesn't-
point.
Right.
But since it's a
doesn't-
daily thing,
yeah.
generally they don't shoot that in advance.
it doesn't sound like they shot like I have a hard time believing they shot it in like 86. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it
'Cause
came
he's
out 3 years later.
He's working too. I never knew that he played Mike Damone in the what I assume to be short-lived Fast Times TV show, but 7 episodes. I mean, that's like a gig. That's a
But
good
he's-
actor. That's a right? Like that's
He's doing like movies.
yeah.
I think it's him. I'm gonna believe it's him because
I want
like
to
this.
so badly.
I think
I don't
we're
wanna
in
make
that
any-
universe where Donald Trump became president, and then we had a pandemic, and also Patrick Dempsey.
I don't want to
Was
make
the
any.
plan.
I don't know
Was the
anything
plan.
about his work ethic or where he thinks what he perceives he's better than. I don't know Patrick Dempsey. Why should I make any kind of judgment?
80s were different. It's not
Yeah.
like, having social media now. When like a couple of years ago, being an actor and having social media was like the devil. You didn't do it. Now it's like,
Yeah.
we don't know what it was like in the 80s.
Do we know if like I wonder if he even just like is there any old like
There was no IMDb.
Yeah.
There was no way that people could know that was the same Patrick Dempsey. He could do
Right.
whatever the fuck he wanted because
And he's covered up. He
Yeah.
chose a role where you can't see
That's
him.
right. People used to do sillier shit because there was like that. It was
It would be
There
more
was no way
realistic,
to
though.
have it, like it's not like your manager's like, listen, kid, if you do the show, it's gonna screw up. No, it's like you can get away with doing anything, really.
But why was he the production manager? You know what I mean? Like, why
Wasn't
did he
he
stick
Mario?
around
Because he
for
didn't
all
want to
of
be
them?
on, because if he was
That's
on
true.
camera, he would be recognized, and
That's
it would
true.
that would screw up his career. But if he's just a production manager and a plant,
It's
fine.
so funny to imagine Patrick Dempsey talking to like Captain Lou on the set of the Mario show.
Mhm.
It's so weird.
oh man, this is so good.
It's
Mhm.
very strange.
I like to think he was just sort of like the unofficial like. He
Let me
just
get the
hung over
serial
whole
theme song again so that we can really. Who is this man? No.
I like to think that Patrick Dempsey just really liked.
Go for it, Chloe. Say what you're
What
gonna
is
say.
this?
The theme song to the podcast Serial.
Oh, we're doing this too.
It's locked in.
Like
there.
I thought you were talking about an actual like.
No.
Serial.
I was taking a very
no.
dumb joke.
Man. So Patrick says, I like to think that Patrick Dempsey was just really like Super Mario Brothers, and this was a passion project. He makes a good point here. Anyone know if he ever did one of those Nintendo Power Celebrity
Yeah,
profiles?
that's a good question.
We're gonna find out he was one of the counselors that used to call into. Hey, I'm stuck on Ninja Gaiden. I'm Patrick Dempsey. Let me tell you how to beat the boss. Jeez, dude.
I'm looking up.
He doesn't sound that cool is the thing. Like, he's just in a bunch of fucking, like, CW things. There's The Ringer, right, where it says... The Ringer, this article in the Ringer is the history of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. And it lists Patrick Dempsey as one of the guests that was on the show. But that's not quite true.
But
that's
yeah, you can't know.
That's them, like, reading the same Reddit post as us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm looking at other Nintendo. There's a me character that's Patrick Dempsey that you can download for your Wii.
Like, the thing with Patrick Dempsey is that he doesn't talk about Mario. Like, he's not like, hey...
it's a great point.
I'm Googling Nintendo, not Mario.
I can't.
That's true.
I can't find him at all though. As like being like ever having like repped it or anything.
I'm trying to see if he's ever tweeted the word Mario, and the answer is no.
Wait, let me see. Dempsey
maybe
play. He wanted to play Doctor Strange.
Oh, you have been a good Doctor Strange.
Patrick Dempsey is aging like fine wine.
He's a good guy.
If he was a big video game guy, he would have found his way. We would have seen him in some video game movie.
Sure. Who would he play in like a video game? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that face.
It's really he's muscular.
Chiseled.
He'd be a good handsome Mega Man. You get him in a blue suit.
He'd be a good strong president.
Yeah, he would.
I'm trying to think. I can't.
Yeah, I guess like our goal is just to get the word out so that if anyone ever knows Patrick Dempsey, they can ask him if he was in Mario.
Just put it
then
out
we'll
there.
know. Then we'll just have the answer.
I gotta go find him. I'm gonna go find him.
I don't think anyone's ever asked.
I can go next level and just start watching like commentaries on Grey's Anatomy just in case. Just in case.
You know what we got to do with COVID? When COVID's over, do they do like panels for not nerdy things? Is there like a fucking like what's the equivalent of Comic-Con Grey's Anatomy panel?
I mean, something with the following of Grey, something with that kind of following certainly might.
There must be, right?
Kind of
so
I'm
looking for interviews or something where like people can ask him like a Q&A.
Yeah.
He has an Instagram and he has a Twitter. So if he does do an Instagram live,
that's true.
Q&A, should we just like? We need to get like. He posted an I voted sticker, so it's recent. Let's go hit up his Instagram.
He mostly tweets about cars. That's
telling you, race cars. He loves race
cars.
He loves
race cars.
We're super sleuthing. This is great.
What a rich guy hobby, man.
That is a rich guy hobby.
It
to
really
be super
is.
into fucking race cars.
Like, what do you have nice cars? And the guy's like, no, like race
like
cars.
Race
cars.
He's getting only about 145 responses per post.
Mm-hmm.
Like if 20 of those happen to be, listen, were you in the Super Mario Brothers show?
I wonder if he even sees it though. He might be like the kind of celebrity where he doesn't even notice.
He's got somebody. Or
yeah, maybe. No, he doesn't. He's tweeting a video of his television.
Yeah, he's also liking a bunch of comments from people who are just like clearly bots for Dempsey. Like if you look at all of them, it's like this is @for Dempsey, @Mr. Dempsey,
I love this is followed by
@PickDempio.
Wow.
Well, yeah, we obviously were following.
Oh yeah.
Mr. D.
I'll follow him right now.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Where it's like maybe he'll notice like a check mark follow because like we were hoping maybe he could like give us a follow back, but he doesn't seem to. He doesn't.
I did all I could, and I just don't have to. I don't have that kind of juice
to get Patrick.
I feel like there's a way where there's a will. I have a will. I'll see what I can do.
I'll tweet him right now. I'll set from the hard drive. I'll just say, "Hello, Patrick. Were you in the Mario show?"
I'm gonna do it right now too. Here we go.
Maybe he'll see.
I mean, is it worth putting that screen cap? Because it's like we're not just pulling this out of our ass,
No, I want to just. He seems to only like people saying "I love you," Patrick Dempsey. So
you don't want to come on. I just
sent him a little
subtle.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna do exactly the tweet that you did.
Okay, great.
Let me make sure I've got it. I want word for word. Oops, I've done it wrong.
He's gonna think it's a bot.
Well, then he'll love it.
I'll capitalize the H. There you go.
Another thing we could do, why don't we just make a Twitter that's like Dempsey
true.
fan 104?
That is probably the way to do
Hey,
it.
Patrick, I loved you. I love you very much. Were you in the show?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, done. Tweeted. Everybody go bug him on Twitter.
Yeah, please go bother Patrick Dempsey. If anyone ever sees him anywhere, please ask him. I don't care if it's weird. Just do it.
Yep. Oh, shoot. That's a good point. I should have said I loved you.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll just add it. Hold on. Let me just tweet again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm.
I love you. There you go.
Yeah, I'll
no,
throw
wait.
in there
Was that in response? Okay, good. I just tweeted I love you. I wasn't sure.
I see.
There you go. I love you, by the way.
Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
Fingers crossed that we'll get
Yeah.
something out of this.
Yeah.
Guys, go tweet him. See what, maybe we'll get lucky. Oh yeah, so this show that we were watching.
I mean, nothing really happens. She takes over. She takes
She
over
wants
the
to
world,
go
right?
to America, and
Sure.
Cooper's
Okay,
just like,
back up
Cooper's
though.
just like, it's weird. It's in the real world, but okay. And,
When you see them in the Rose Garden, did you all think, and just maybe it's just me, super spreader? Like when you saw that?
Hard not to.
I did not, but that's very funny. Yeah, that did ruin like all party scenes in movies for me now.
No,
Like,
I just thought, why are they? I was like, why are they talking to the mainstream media? That's weird. No,
my thought was that it's funny that they probably just didn't have the budget to draw enough people that it looks like a real.
It's underwhelming. Yeah.
There's like 5 people.
Yeah, she's taken over America.
The White House is gone. It disappeared, and now this rando chick that looks like some sort of turtle creature, like it's my place now.
Yeah, people's brains should be exploding.
Yeah.
And everyone just sort of seems to roll. Like, we don't get a lot, but it seems like they roll with it. Where it's like, it's my birthday, I'm in charge. I was like, okay, as our leader, what's going on? And it just and then the White House shows back up, and it's like, sorry, the White House is back. You're out. Like,
here, I'll play the clip so people can hear what they sound like.
Attention, America! Your new ruler, Empress Cootie Pie, has called her first press conference.
It's time for a meaner, crueler America!
Bold agenda.
A
for
meaner,
president.
cooler America.
Yeah, and she's like, listen, I don't remember. She's like, I get all the toys. You give me all the toys. Also, all the hot boys have to ask me on a date, or I'm going to turn you to stone.
Right.
Those are her
That's right.
those are her rules. That's her constitution.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I
like that she doesn't even want to go on the dates.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna ask. I'm gonna say no. Yeah.
She just straight up turned them to stone. They didn't even have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You should have preemptively asked me on a date, you fuckers.
Oh, like I'm crying, so proud. There's but I think the first thing that got me was just when she's like, what do you want for your birthday? And she just goes, America.
Yeah.
It just felt so like somebody who was was writing this who did not speak English as a second or as a first language. It felt very just like, oh, we're okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this real quick.
But Cootie Pie, we plundered the whole Mushroom Kingdom to get you the best gifts a Koopa could steal.
It's not enough!
I know you're a teensy bit upset, Cootie Pie. Just tell King Daddy-ums what you'd really like for your birthday.
America.
But
Insane request.
America.
It's just a weird way to say it. Like, I want a country. Like, I want to rule a country. That's what you say, not like America.
How does she know what America is? I guess she knows of the real world.
They know about the real world. They probably watch like the real world. They probably watch like their good movies.
The real world.
Yeah, they watch that show, The Real World.
They're big into the TV show, The Real World.
When people stop getting polite, Cootie Pie. Start getting real.
I'm trying to remember what else happens.
It was just kind of a shock to me. The writing's just real all over the place, huh?
Really, it just zips around, doesn't it?
George H.W. never realizes that he left, I don't think. Like, he's just always back turned, feet on the table, like he's like the kids at the end of Inception. Like he's just like they don't want you to see.
Right.
I don't know why that is. I wonder if there's like some animation reason for that, where they like couldn't draw George Bush's face.
Right, and it's not to be timeless because again, Barbara Bush is front and
It's
center.
absolutely Barbara Bush, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then Toadstool comes and like does some like facts and logic thing on the fucking.
She starts a pissing contest between these two. This guy was saying you couldn't throw a boomerang.
Yeah.
What? And then, yeah.
she gaslights every single all the guards in there.
For real, yeah.
And then they escape that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They like knock each other out essentially, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's too smart.
God, it's hard to follow. I wish I could tell you like, and then this happens, but
it's
I just
barely a story.
Yeah,
there's so much happening, right? We've nothing happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just chaos.
It's
really
real,
is.
just like it's a real passing breeze of a show that you're just like, wait, what? What's going on now? Like
that's why
you skip back and you go, oh, I didn't miss anything. Okay,
I skipped back like 5 times on this trying to understand what the hell happened.
And most times you didn't miss anything, right?
I was like lacing up my skates while watching it. And so I had to keep skipping back because I was like, okay, now they're underwater. And then now they're okay. It was just constant. Yeah, I'll hold these bob forward,
right, yeah.
windows open right now.
They're
I don't know why he puts them in the water, but he decides to transport the entire White House under the ocean.
Well, because you remember reading about this history. If the White House goes underwater or anything happens, we just find a new leader and move on. We don't really freak out or nothing.
No, that's not really a huge deal. If that happens in the United States, there's not really a system that goes into place.
That's right.
I just watched this and I cannot.
Yeah, this plagued us for the whole Super Show run and everything. If I had a nickel for every time I said, and then what happened, Jeremy, as I stare at notes that I took, I'm like, what does this mean?
I just pulled up my notes too.
Yeah. My notes are pretty fucked too. They're mostly just question marks.
Yeah.
I wrote, "Help! The president can't swim."
Yes, that is a line that they say. I think.
Yeah,
that's my.
Yeah, because Barbara Bush. Okay, they throw the White House. Yeah, we're good. They throw the White House into the water. It looks like it's like slowly taking in, and like it's like a leak in a thing. It's like not flooding right away. And George H.W. is on the phone, and so Barbara Bush is like the only one that knows what's going on and is freaking out because George can't swim apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll play the clip so people believe us. I always worry that people are going to think we're doing a bit.
Yeah.
But this is what happens in the show.
I'll put America's ruler where he'll never be rescued. At the bottom of the mushroom sea.
Help! The president can't swim!
I also guess Barbara Bush can just breathe underwater.
So yeah, I was wrong. There's water in there. I was wrong. Like
wait, sorry, back. Is the water already in there?
And
no,
she's talking.
Oh,
she's talking
wait, are the bubbles? Oh,
I think it's in front because later Mario shows up. And he like opens the door, and which isn't like a big deal or anything, but like a bunch of water comes in, and she closes.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, okay. But you're gonna play the frog song?
Yeah. Okay. So to be clear, Mario becomes a frog, right? He uses.
Should we turn this in?
Straight out of Mario 3, right?
Should we all sing it together?
I don't know the lyrics.
I can copy and paste it into the chat because I wrote them.
Throw them in there.
Well, we can't. The problem is the lag is going to be a disaster.
Yes, that's true.
Which will sound about as bad as the actual song.
Where is it? There's no explanation. He just says ribbit and turns into a frog. He's not like, I guess it's time to get my frog suit because I can swim in it. He's just like, ribbit.
Yeah. These fucking 9-minute episodes, there's absolutely no fat on the bone at all.
It's there's no fat, but it's also all filler.
Yeah, there's really no bone.
All right, let me play the song so everyone can hear.
That's exactly what it is. There's no bone.
It's all fat.
Ribbit.
What is he saying? It's no joke.
Do the frog.
Do the frog. As you navigate the briny is the worst line.
It's so bad.
Do the frog. Ribbit. Ribbit.
Go. It ain't no joke, do the croak.
It ain't no joke.
It's so strange. And he's just swimming around, he's getting chased by like a jellyfish. Do the frog makes it sound like he's doing a dance and not just turning into a frog.
Like
Yeah, well that's
do the Mario.
It's no dance in this. He's just
a
frog. That's the dance.
A frog.
Yeah.
He kept his gloves and he's in a frog suit.
I love that this I love picturing this whole band recording this song. And like, Chloe, we talk about The Sopranos too much on this podcast for when that's about video games and Mario. But I just picture like the one guy that like has like the contract job through a mob connection who got in there. He's like, yeah, ribbit.
Gets a union job.
It ain't no joke. Yeah, he even like falls off the ribbits into the second verse. Yeah, what? I don't know. He's a frog. I forget what.
I like that. That's good. I like that. Oh man,
Antonio, we wrote you lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, ribbit.
I got you.
So good.
You shut the fuck up, Dempsey.
This is gonna be my new mission. I don't know if I'm able to sleep tonight.
You'll keep us in the loop, I hope, if you find anything.
I'm gonna befriend Max forward.
Yeah, please.
Patrick Dempsey.
Those are the two things that we need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna figure this out.
I guess we could always still try to reach. Like we talked to Bob Forward who played Toad, and I don't know how Dempsey'd out we were. I don't know if we had the Dempsey fever
Stocker,
yet. John Stocker. I'm sorry, John Stocker. We had on to play who played Toad. We talked to him. I don't know if we would have brought up Patrick Dempsey.
He wouldn't know. He didn't. He was
on the animated side. Yeah, you're right. So
he wouldn't know.
Yeah, Danny Wells, really, who played Luigi, is really one of our. That would be like
our guys.
As good a get as you could have. Really,
he's not alive anymore.
Well then, all right.
Is he no longer?
We're without Danny
Mario
too. I left
and
him
Luigi.
on.
What's up?
Are they both not alive anymore?
Yeah. I mean, the people who played the live action. Yeah. Captain Lou Albano and Danny Wells.
Well, that's
the Mario curse.
God, that's really because this is 90s. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
I just felt my mortality.
Yeah. He lived pretty long though. He was 72. That's the thing is that Mario and Luigi, we think of them, I think now as like young guy, not young, but like I think of Mario as like 30 maybe. I don't know, 35. The Mario, like Captain Lou, was like 50 something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I'm feeling my mortality because it actually it makes sense, and I hate that it makes sense.
Exactly. Right. When you get to that point of you're watching movies and being like, oh, how many of these guys are dead? And it's not like, oh no, this guy died.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's weird.
You're watching 12 Angry Men. You're like, I saw all of them, right? Yeah. Okay.
How old? I'm trying to remember. We did the math on it once. How old Captain Lou was as Mario? I think Mario canonically is like in his 20s in the video game. How old is Mario? Let's see.
Is he in it? No.
39 apparently.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
39.
According to I don't know.
It's like one of those dumb memes. Or you want to, you feel unaccomplished.
Mario
this fucking princess.
Is 39. How about this? I just found out I'm the same age as Dee Dee Pickles from Rugrats. It's horrifying.
Apparently, Miyamoto says that Mario is about 24 to 25, which is a little crazy.
Well, that was back at the beginning.
He said no in 2005.
Has he been aging ever since? Yeah, just 1 year.
That's when it started. If he's he's 25 in we say 2005.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're all right.
He's not just like perpetually, you think? Just 25.
No, he's 40 now.
He's a little young. He looks a little older for 25. Like he doesn't look like a good 25.
Maybe
I don't know. He's a strange looking man.
He's not 25.
He doesn't look 25. This is Mario we're talking about. Cartoon Mario.
Miyamoto revealed that when he went to space for Mario Galaxy, that thing happened where like the Earth aged.
Yeah.
So it's been 25 years, but he's like, boom, not like nothing,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Interstellar. Mario Interstellar.
Like if you took the mustache away,
yeah,
it's just the mustache because
that's true.
Actually, they kind of are in style right now.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm trying to find my.
Anyway, the Captain Lou Mario is like 50.
all of Mario's adventures. I like that thinking all of Mario's adventures have taken place in the scope of 18 months. Everything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Officiating boxing matches.
Being a doctor.
Partying his ass off. Yeah, just everything.
Oh, these boys. I'm looking at all the pictures. Man, it's been so long since I saw this.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go back. I want to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't know where I want to go in time anymore.
Just frozen in under the mushroom sea, doing the frog.
That sounds perfect.
That's really
excuse me, hang on, that's my cue. Ribbit everyone.
Mark, I didn't know you had such a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, when's lunch anyways?
I keep forgetting Toad's
There's something really I don't know if you had the same feeling of watching the do the frog part. Like I felt really unsettled.
It's it's off-putting.
Yes.
It was off-putting, and I think it's because it felt so like this isn't a thing that somebody spent a lot of time on, and yet this was on television. It's like this is a very weird, low budget. Somebody wrote this, didn't want to, they recorded it. It's just like this weird sort of unsettling, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like every phase of the process reeks of a little bit of, I don't know if it's lack of effort or lack of inspiration or something.
Or boatloads of drugs.
Yes.
Have you guys ever
like
seen like liminal spaces?
No.
So, liminal space, it's hard to describe. It's basically if you look at a thing and you expect to see a bunch of people or life there, and it's just devoid of that. And there's other ways to describe it. Certain people have different definitions. It felt like that. It felt like looking at a liminal space.
Yeah, I can see that, especially because the show is so empty. Like the background.
Yeah, it all
really
feels very.
Again,
like this world is kind
about
of dark.
We were talking about the Rose Garden. There's like 5 people going, "Hey, so the president, huh? It's fucked up." Like there's like.
Which it makes sense. The liminal thing actually does make sense now.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Because it's
by design. It's by design. This show just takes a long time to appreciate fully, but we're kind of leading the charge on that. We like to think.
Yeah, I respect that. I admire that, and I think that's somebody needs to do it. So.
We also just randomly accuse films of ripping the show off, which clearly isn't the case, but it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun.
I mean,
Independence Day.
Yeah,
absolutely. Big time. Yeah, just
they saw this and they just wrote it down.
Clearly,
like fucking SNL writers in the 90s.
Clearly, yep.
I want to see a movie where the White House just gets
Yeah, it does feel.
You could do this. Sorry, no, go ahead. Good.
I was gonna say very quickly, it does feel like the people who made the show didn't realize, I guess, how easy it was to be on TV back then, and they didn't appreciate it. Like now, I feel like you couldn't be this lazy.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good point.
And if a Mario show came on and this is what it was, like it's like, hey, there's a new Mario show coming on Netflix.
Oh my god.
The new Nintendo property.
The fuck was that Frogman thing?
Well, nothing was forever at that point too. Like the whole thing about like Patrick Dempsey's a plant. He's like, no one will ever fucking know about this.
Right. We're talking about like 60 live action episodes that aired Monday through Friday for 3 months, like just burning them off and I'm sure cranking them out. Of course, no attention
no
paid.
jerk
like,
will tweet this at me in 30 years.
There'll certainly be broadcasts about this.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it just goes into the abyss. Oh man. What's it like to live without the internet?
I don't know.
Remember.
I couldn't tell you. I refuse to find out.
Well, I also discovered, do you know, Mark, you and I are older than the internet. Public internet.
When is the internet invented?
I remember we used to get it on our TVs. It sounds weird, but I told you earlier. You don't have to, but I remember like going to someone's house who had the internet. Like, really? Can I look at the South Park website? Look at that. There's WAV files. Can I download this and listen to it in the morning? Carbon saying beefcake or something.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to find when the official public internet, it's like early 1990s.
Time to start tweeting at Al Gore. When did you invent the internet?
Which tubes were you using? Liminal spaces are still big on Tumblr. Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, they freaked me out. I looked up a few of them, and someone had a Mario
cool. Liminal spaces.
Wait, really?
There was someone posted one on. I just found it on Google. That there's like a Mario 64 one. Someone looked at.
Oh yes, I do recall seeing that on the Liminal Space subreddit too.
Yeah, it's a little freaky. I don't quite know why.
Right? See how unsettling all these spaces are? It just feels.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Right?
It's weird. I think part of that also is like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I live in New York City where I'm just like not used to not seeing people always. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I was actually hearing about that as well. How liminal the streets actually were back when the lockdown was properly in place.
Yeah.
Little space. I like that. You guys know what I'm into? Do you know about staircases in the woods?
That one. Yes, I do know about that.
Wait, what?
There's just staircases in the woods sometimes.
Yeah, there's certain like random places. If you go out into the woods, you'll find a staircase that leads nowhere.
Who put this there?
I mean, who's to say, man? How's anything happen?
That's crazy.
Well, I think what happens is a lot. I mean, it depends, obviously, but I think that's when they tear down a house, sometimes they just can't tear down. They have reasons for not being able to tear down like a cement stairs or, so they just live there.
I like that.
Could it be a funny practical joke? You get up there, there's nothing there.
Build some stairs. Yeah, that's a good prank. Just go into the woods, build some stairs.
Funny community votes on it. The millage passed to build the funny staircase.
That's wild. I like that a lot. Okay. I want to play this one clip from the Mario show real quick. This is I don't know if you guys heard this, but there's so like after this scene where they get the White House, they dress up as like Hammer Bros, right? And they're like, no, are we gonna figure this, like trick people? And Mario's like, I barely recognize you and you're my own brother. And then one of the Koopas or the Hammer Bros says, putting on a little weight, aren't you, Mario? And it's this like the weirdest line reading.
I think it's is it a funny thing in the sense if it's kind of a double burn of like your costume sucks, Mario, and you're letting yourself go a little bit.
I wrote that one down too on my notes. He was like weirdly fat shaming him.
And it's a strange reading. Like it just sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it.
Love their costumes, by the way.
Sure these disguises will let us sneak aboard Koopa's tomb ship?
Positive. You're my own brother, and even I don't recognize you. Putting on a little weight, aren't you, Mario?
That's the guy from the song.
Yeah. What's his name in the lore? Antonio.
Antonio Rigatoni.
Antonio Rigatoni.
Hey, something happened to the actus in the parking lot. Yeah, I'll do his part.
It feels like it was his 10th line reading. They're just like, it's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we're done.
Did it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The line is, you'll never get in there to see Koopa. And action. Getting fatter on the ass there, Mario. Okay, again. The line is one more time.
If you could do like a sillier voice, Antonio.
Yeah.
I don't think, what else happens? They like escape. Then they like teleport the
Mario
White
like
House
warps the White House
again.
back, and he warps it back incorrectly.
It's on top of the Washington Monument now.
It's teetering on the Washington Monument, and Barbara Bush is like, "Oh my God, George hates teetering on things." I don't know what she says.
Who cares? Mario's got a fucking gun.
He can't. Basically, she's like he can't do his job or something.
Who hasn't noticed? He's
obviously he's the worst president.
Oblivious. There's a commentary in there, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it's about something for sure.
Mm-hmm. Turning his back on the Italian community.
He doesn't care about the coastal elites, Brooklyn natives, Mario and Luigi.
That's right.
And then Mario teleports it to land on Cutie Pie, which I think should kill the president.
I really thought they were going to smush everyone or someone for, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They're going to crush Cutie Pie and the press corps and...
Oh, hey, I just pulled up the cast. Maurice LaMarche comes in and he plays am I gonna spoil anything?
I don't care.
No.
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
he does on the Super Show. Isn't it a cartoon also?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. You're on the Super Show. I looked at the wrong one.
No, a live action Inspector Gadget shows up on the Super Show, and his gadgets are far less impressive when when they have to like make them work.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
He's got slinkies in his coat. Like it's kind of
it's kind of sad in the 80s live action.
It's like an Inspector Gadget Halloween costume.
It's all because the guy, the CEO of Dick, which is a very funny sentence, but that's what he is. Is the creator of Inspector Gadget, so he just like threw him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that all makes sense.
Yeah, CEO of Dick also sounds like a very funny Twitter display name, but it's Dick Media DIC.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I remember, like, didn't it go like Dick? And there was like a little,
like it's like a child in a bed or something, right? It's like it's like a and quite a few, like all the shows we're talking, not all, but a lot of those a lot of the 80s shows we were talking about earlier, a lot of the cartoons were under that Deke umbrella.
Tara Strong is in this.
Oh, really? Which one?
Yeah.
That's
she
fun.
plays Hip Koopa.
Nice.
Hip
Koopa.
Yeah, that's funny. She's doing this back in 1990. Dang.
Yeah. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. She's a true hero. I like her a lot.
Yeah, I like her.
So they dropped the house. So it's kind of like this thing too of as easily as they transitioned over to, like, I guess Cutie Pie's our leader. Now they're like, hey, okay, show's over. We got a president again. This Mario cartoon really like pictures this real Earth world of theirs is like really one that everyone's kind of adjusts to everything very quickly, you know?
Yeah, everyone's kind of like on board. The president doesn't die, and it kind of just ends.
You're not in charge anymore. Oh, okay. And then she's in trouble by the end of the day, Cutie Pie.
What did
she ends her birthday in a whole lot of trouble. I forget why, but by the end, Koopa's just shouting chores at her, as I recall.
Oh yeah. Oh, it got real weird because then he goes, "Shut the door," and that's like the second to last thing that he says. Yeah. He's like yelling, and it pulls away, and it's got that like wide on the house, on the castle, and he goes, "Shut the door," and
that's all we see.
No, this is what happens. Mario says, or Luigi, or one of the guys say, like, looks like King Koopa's finally given her the present she deserves. And then he goes, "Shut the door." And I'm like, yeah, God. Did we not think this one out, you guys?
As they're like frantically writing these in 1990 on high cocaine.
And there's just like pounding noises because he's like, I don't know, I think he's just doing like ground pounds over and over, but he's
swinging her by the tail in a circle, throwing her against the wall.
It seems like, this is what I was like, okay, this is anti-imperialism, pro-corporal punishment. It's weird.
I'll play it because I have no memory of this. Like, truly, I don't know if I watched it. I must have.
I don't know if I watched it.
It's all your fault. You let the Mario brothers capture it. You let them warp me home. You let them save America.
If you don't stop that whining right now...
But Daddy Kid...
Go clean your room!
Are you telling moi what to do?
And you better do it! Stop pinching your little brothers! Don't be afraid! Turn down your stereo! Well, sounds like Koopa's finally giving Cutie Pie the present she deserves. Pick up your socks! Close the door! Get off the telephone!
Very strange.
They added at the end, "Get off the telephone," but I think that was probably like a last minute band-aid.
Yeah, get off the you're right too.
Guess who the voice of Cutie Pie plays in My Little Pony?
I could not name a single.
It's fine. One of them really. He plays a Rarity, but that's just, I always thought, I was like, she's actually pretty good.
Is that a prominent one though? Is that a prominent
Rarities? Yeah.
I don't know anything about My Little Pony. I'm realizing I can't think of the name of one.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not missing much. That's certainly a fandom I don't need to become a part of. But
I had a season or two.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's a cute show. It's cute. Don't know if we needed to do a whole thing about it. But
sure.
Did.
We'll save it for when I forget to turn the stream off.
It speaks to there's a pedigree to this show, like from the writers we were talking about, and all these people. They're workers, man. Was it their best work or most inspired work? Who am I to say?
But they certainly worked on it.
They certainly got paid to do this, I think.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I hope so.
Some more than others, maybe, but yeah.
I forget, did Bob Ford have good things to say about working for Dick? It seemed like
he was neutral on it. I think he enjoyed that, like, no one told him what to do because he did the Zeldas, but he seemed to have like not great words to say about like Dick itself.
Oh, that sounds about right. Interesting. I should listen to my own show because I'm curious. I don't remember everything. everything. I want to know everything Bob Forward says. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We should talk to him again. We'll ask him about the Dick thing.
if we start calling him every week, and just ask him a question about life.
You asked him about the Dempsey thing, right?
No, he didn't. He wouldn't know.
No,
he was just like a writer.
He's in the world.
That's true.
Might have.
I feel like, I mean,
the guy that we almost got on is Chicago improviser Gary Schwartz, who plays the other guy in that episode. And he writes
it too, right?
I don't know if he does, but he's in that episode. Like he's I don't know if I have the photo of it. Patrick Dempsey, Mario. He's like the kooky doctor. And he said he was going to do the podcast, and then he like ghosted us. But that's him right here, this blurry little man. If we get him on, I mean, he will know if this guy is Patrick
Gary
Dempsey.
Schwartz.
It's all right there.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you could. He would. Oh, I bet you could. That's why I saw it, because I saw it in this image. I was like, he is on the show somehow, but like, yeah, okay.
We talked to him. We emailed him. We should talk to him again. I sent him a few follow-ups.
Yeah.
But he, I don't know. Maybe he listened to an episode.
That's the thing too. And like Chloe, we've worried about this. We talk to Bob Forward entirely different than we talk about Bob Forward.
Yeah.
As you could probably imagine. So we'll never know. Like maybe he's like, oh, those were nice boys. And he listened back to his like, this weirdo shocks his dick. And like,
well, listen, I'm going to start my own podcast.
Yeah, please.
And then I will see if I can get Bob Forward on, and then we'll see where we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to listen to that. 2 steps forward, 1 step back with Chloe Dykstra is a good podcast.
A full sham podcast just to find out about Patrick Dempsey.
I love that. It's been that kind of year. Let's go for it.
Someone has to do it.
Look, I have nothing better to do. I'm here. I'm in. That used to be my brand, is putting in a lot of effort for very minimal return.
On podcasts, or just kind of just like in general?
In life.
Yeah.
Really.
We got it.
Yeah. I just tweeted something the other day where I was like, I remember when I was 20, I lived in London and I had a really shitty neighbor. And he would just like,
I saw this. Oh my God.
Yeah. This is a really good
I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's great.
No, he would yell at me because he could hear me on the phone, because our windows were connected through like a wind tunnel, and he would just go, "Shut up!" And I'm like, I was talking like this, but you could hear it. And but I'd also hear him having just like super gross sex, like loud, gross sex. And I just sort of sat there. I was like, "Yep, all right." And so my dad lived there. My dad didn't want me to go complain or just like have a bad relationship with this guy. So I spent my nights just like designing and cross-stitching a sign that said, "You shut up." And it's like 2 little stick figures having sex and a little red X through it. And I spent maybe 15 hours doing this and taped it on his door the day that I left. So that's an example of lots of effort, minimal return.
Sure. You could have just drew it on a piece of paper. But you cross-stitched it.
Yep, it's about the journey, not the destination.
No, but is it? And I mean, with all due respect, is the return minimal though? Because the fact that if you had just drawn that, maybe it'd still be a good story. But the fact that you put the work in makes it like kind of better now, right?
Fair, and that's true. And I think you might be right. I did, but like it was one of those things where I did it and forgot about it until Facebook said, "Oh, do you remember this thing that you did?" Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Do you think he has it?
That's what I wonder. It's something if you make something like with that much effort, I don't know. Like it might be a fuck you, throw it away. But I do like the idea of wondering about keeping it as a fun.
I think I would.
I would keep it for sure.
It might be the ultimate kill him with kindness.
Yeah,
that was the idea. I'm like, look, this is English as hell, like super passive aggressive. So I could do this. I could do a podcast for this. Just send forward me his email.
Yeah, I literally will. I don't care. Everyone should talk to Bob Forward. He's a fascinating man.
I would do it like I would kind of do a documentary on this guy. Like genuinely no bullshit.
There's so much there, and I can only imagine the layers are there that we don't know about that you could dive into. We scratch the surface as much.
I would like to be a talking head on it. That's all I want. I just want to be a talking head for like 2 seconds. Be like, he's crazy, and then it.
Okay, I'm doing it's Tiger King Part 2, but not bad.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
It'll be a good documentary.
Do you know those old Zelda cartoons that were like on the some of the Mario shows?
A few of them. I'm more familiar with the CDI ones.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
My boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is so funny. We talked a great length about just like how horrid they did when they did let Link talk, that they're just like, nope, shut it down.
Yeah. It's like the first time Link ever spoke, and he's like terrible in it.
Wait, that's the one that was Excuse Me, Princess.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I've seen a million of those clips.
Yeah,
Well, that's
that's
Bob Ford.
him. That's
the
him.
words of Bob Ford.
He wrote that.
Yeah.
Well, he
Wow.
stole it from, what is it?
Well, he did tell us, an insightful
like
thing from
Steve
just
Martin
like
or something?
from like a television, obsessive standpoint. It was interesting to know that the Zelda Link dynamic was informed heavily by Moonlighting, which was a popular show at the time. So as much as it was like the video game adaptation, it's also, like, hey, the kids love this will they won't they stuff. Put that in there,
Oh, funny.
So that's how Zelda became like a Bruce Willis TV show.
I had such a thing for Zelda when I was not Zelda. Well, I mean, no, I had a thing for Link, I think, when I was younger. And I always kind of I really always shipped it. No, I'm wrong. I shipped him and Malin. That was what I
Which
always
one?
like. Malin and Ocarina of Time.
Oh, sure.
The little horse,
Mhm.
the weird horse girl that just sings
it Malin?
alone.
Me, Jeremy, and Bob are big Tinkerbell guys.
Big who?
Tinkerbell guys.
Oh, yeah. Bob loves Tinkerbell. It's his first boner, as he said.
Oh, Mala, yeah.
Yeah.
She gave you a Epona, but like in Ocarina of Time, because you're young and you're old, like you get to meet Malin when you're a kid, and she she's a little weird horse girl on the farm, and then you meet her and she's banging, and you're like, all right, let's make this happen. And
yeah, there's certainly art about it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's. I wouldn't scroll too far down.
Carefully.
They got children in this one.
Excuse me.
Malin was clearly the winner. That was the ship of the century.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that! You've got Save Search on, right?
I do. Yes, I do. Okay. I think it doesn't matter. We're fine. No one watches this show. We don't have that many people watching. No one report us if there's porn.
True. Yeah.
Everyone, be cool.
Everyone, be chill. Be chill.
We don't ask much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is clearly the best ship.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. I think that's unless you go like Ganon and Link or something like that. That could be a fun one.
We did write. We wrote a crossover episode a few weeks ago of Mario and Zelda, where so it was fun getting Mario and Zelda and Link and everyone meeting up and seeing how that went, and then. And sometimes you write a thing and you just watch it happen, even though we're the authors. And damned if, Ganon and Bowser didn't really just fall in love before our eyes as we were watching.
They happened pretty well.
They coupled
right up. Do you guys have people come in and do the voices?
No, we should. We have a script somewhere. We wrote it in an hour. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I've thought about that because we've actually we've talked we've talked to the fucking guy that played Toad. So there is this thing where we did an episode that was us kind of writing it, and then us and Jeremy and I doing all the parts and running through it at the end. But yeah, so there it sits now. It would be so cool to get that together.
Yeah, we should. We'll do it.
Look at all these projects. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the brainstorm session we're having. I'll do my Bob Ford documentary. You guys can read through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mario show is just such an entry point. I love
it. It's a strange part of history.
I know, right?
Well, the thing is, I watch him I don't even know where to start with this because it's just chaos. You don't even before you even think of anything, it's over, and you're like, I don't.
The cartoon, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so little happens. And that, but it's very a lot and a little at the same time.
It's funny because there's obviously a pacing because it's a 10-minute show or whatever, and to get through all your arcs and stuff, it's got to move. But then there's also a minute-long song that they have to do and make time for. Also, that has to. I don't know. It's
Do they do that in every episode of this? There's always a song.
I don't know. This is only our second.
I think often. I mean, yeah.
Of the Super Mario Bros. 3, we haven't done in the Super Show. They would do covers of real songs. So they would have Beat It, just in the show, and
but it would be off. It would be.
But now on Netflix,
a whack version.
They've removed all of it and put
really.
I think because it's probably now much harder to get Michael Jackson songs in your fucking.
It's like we were talking about things were less forever. It was we're gonna put
we'll just throw some fucking. What are the odds Michael Jackson's watching?
Right, it's Tuesday morning.
Yeah, they probably didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got to be that was the Wild West. It was I hope nobody calls David Bowie and told him we used his song. If we get away with it, we're free. You know what I mean? There's no foreverness to it. It's just.
Well, I was fortunate enough to have almost the Wild West of the internet before everything just completely like now it's the same thing. It's like if you even put a song in your video, it's like it's out. But it's kind of fun to experience that sort of level of who's gonna fucking see it. It's fine. Like when you were a kid, do you remember putting stuff on the on the internet or like making a video and you're not even thinking about it and you're just like, who's gonna see this? It's there forever.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. Who's gonna see me in 3rd grade lip syncing the System of a Down on YouTube? Probably someone one day.
Hopefully me.
Jeremy, that's a real thing? I mean, I'm not saying we need to look at it.
100%.
What song was it? Was it
BYOB.
BYOB.
Which I didn't know what that meant. I was in 3rd grade.
That's awesome. Dude,
I had no idea what that stood for.
Do you guys remember POD, the System of a Down knockoff?
Yeah,
that was
of course.
Christian.
With the ping
Youth
pong
of America,
music video.
Southtown. Yeah.
I didn't know they were Christian. I felt so Jewish.
Super Christian. Yeah.
What does POD stand for?
Oh, it's like payable on death, which I do think is some kind of
payable on death.
You know,
Christian metal band.
Religious afterlife type thing. Yeah.
I wonder how many kids they got.
Yeah.
Where they're like, gotcha.
That's like
I don't like that.
Frog.
Do you know who gotcha? Do you guys know do you guys ever hear the Power Team?
No.
The Power Team I saw on TV one time when I was young. They were like these think of like the Harlem Globetrotters. If they didn't play basketball, they just like did gnarly like strength exhibitions, you know, and they like run through blocks of ice or like break boards on their face or whatever. And I saw they were coming to town. I was like, Mom, those Power Team guys are coming to town. Let's go see them. And you get there and it's a total like, oh, you know what gives us the strength to do this is the Lord, everybody. And like I fucking totally duped my mom into bringing us to some weird like strength cult thing. I don't know. I would love if
weird.
Anyone know the Power Team? I don't know if it was regional. I would like to think it was national. It might have just been some a handful of gentlemen from my town, but
That's
I do
weird.
An operation. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna take a look at the Power Team. But yeah, same thing that POD is.
And then we had I'm a Robot. That was like the closest thing to like a weird cult that we had here. Oh no, Aquabats. That's what I'm thinking of. Aquabats.
Love the Aquabats.
Yeah,
the Aquabats are great.
Live shows back when I was a kid.
Yeah, man, the Power Team. Jeremy, will you just Google the Power Team and look at this fucking weird shit that they would do live shows, and then it would just break down into a sermon, and they talk about like their lowest lows and stuff. And before I was breaking boards with my neck, and like, dude, like I'm like a huge like pro wrestling dork and everything, so I'm like, this feels gnarly. These dudes are doing like strength exhibitions and whatever the fuck.
Wow,
like,
take mega churches. Oh my God.
It was fucked up, man. I felt so bad that I had I felt so bad that I had my mom take me to this shit. Because this stuff's cool. Look at they're jumping through cement blocks and everything. It's like it's awesome. But then like this is like if the show's an hour, there's 10 minutes of this for 30 minutes of Jesus talk, you know. Oh, that's one of those.
How do they
like,
connect
it's one of those. It's one of those hot water bags or whatever that like you know like some weird old medicine thing, and they just blow it up like a balloon.
He's just ripping paper now.
Is this Jackass? This is Christian Jackass.
They rip phone books and make it rain. Fucking.
Oh my God, this is beautiful.
Is that Bob Forward,
guys? Yeah, Bob Forward.
That'd be great if he was just in the background. We found him. That makes me really happy. That'd be a beautiful full circle movement. But,
have you ever ripped a phone book?
Me personally?
No. Yeah, there's a trick to it.
Is there really?
You don't have to be super strong. It's just like a magic trick where you push it in and then you kind of like.
Oh,
I think you
that's
push
cool.
So it's not using the power of Christ.
I know a different trick where if you grow up in a small town, you can rip a Yellow Pages pretty easily. Sorry. Yeah, dude, and like, look at they're breaking fucking baseball bats like they're little sticks.
Oh my God!
Look at them just running through those.
I think I'm Christian now. I'm on board.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, how is this relevant?
It's the power of prayer and stuff. Yeah,
I'm into it. I think God's real now.
It's definitely more exciting than church.
We already made the testicle shocking joke, right?
Yeah. Oh, look at him lighting stuff on fire.
It's always welcome to make a second testicle shocking joke.
Like, don't by all means, I was like, I feel bad because I got roped in, but also like, if this was church, you'd be talking to a different man right now. I would have grown up entirely different. I would be a devout, whatever this is, a power.
Oh yeah.
You know, like,
oh, for sure. I love that they couldn't come up with a better name than the Power Team. There's nothing they could have done. Like, strong men.
Like, what is this? But it's really not that far off from WWF either. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just instead of like, you know, instead of
extinguisher coming in.
That's very odd.
What happened to those guys?
I don't know.
Oh, it's opening a whole other Pandora's box.
All right.
I know.
Sorry.
It's true.
I could go for hours on this.
Yeah, should we wrap up the Mario podcast?
We ought to wrap up the Mario podcast.
What do you guys think of this episode? We did a thing on our old show. I don't know if we want to bring it back to this one, but do we want to rate all the episodes out of 10, I guess?
I think we can toss out. We like to fire off a 1 through 10 and an MVP, which stands for, I know it's a confusing term. Let me explain clearly. It stands for most valuable paisano. So like just someone that we think stood out in the episode.
Most valuable paisano. Okay. All right.
Could be behind the scenes, could be whatever you want. Could be whatever you want.
Give us a rating out of 10.
Dude, did you ask me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me think. I almost forget the thing. I'm thinking about Patrick Dempsey and the power team now. Reptiles in the Rose Garden. I definitely liked. Reptiles in the Rose Garden was. Oh, sorry, I just had a dog run into my room. A little one. It was like an 8 or 9. It's so fucking no, not a 9. 9's too strong. It's an 8. It's all over the place. It's fun to hang with Mario and stuff. The voices are still weird for me.
No Toad in it.
It's not Lou and Danny. Very minimal Toad. I didn't like that.
Acting in it.
You're right. I'll bump that down to 7.5 for the lack of Toad. I think we see him like that opening group shot to like you fool me a little bit, and then by the end of it, no, and then. Yeah, no, I mean it's fun seeing Barbara Bush in a Mario thing. So yeah, I'll say 7.5 MVP Barbara Bush.
Okay.
And you, Jeremy?
I would say 7 out of 10. MVP is Frog Mario.
Oh yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's really good. I almost could have given it to my guy, but yeah.
What would you give this episode out of 10, Chloe?
I wish I could. It's tough because I haven't seen the other ones. I will give it an 8 out of 10 because it's very topical, and I appreciate that. It has a solid message behind it, and I would say MVP is Antonio Rigatoni.
Yeah, I mean he nails it. He's only in there for a second and he kills it. Yep. He uses every line.
It's God, how could I forget? There's 3 lines in it. It ain't. What is it? What's the line?
Do the frog. It ain't. Oh,
it ain't a joke.
It ain't no joke.
It ain't no joke.
Ain't no joke.
Don't go broke, I think is another one.
Go broke. Just do the frog. Just do the frog, everybody.
Ribbit. Frog. Do the frog. Ribbit. It's no joke.
Croak. Beautiful song.
It ain't no joke.
It ain't no joke. Do the croak.
Excellent. All right. Dare I say that'll do it for us today, everybody?
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Chloe.
Chloe, thank you so much. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure hanging out and meeting the dogs and everything.
Sorry about the Borkin.
No, it's okay. Mine are well on their way. I think I got a couple of ones demanding I take them out. Yeah. Wow. Thank you again to our friend Ryan, hashtag Square Kid on Instagram, who did our new music, which is incredible. Yeah. Check out Square Kid on Instagram. Is there anything you'd like to plug, Chloe, or anywhere we can find you or anything?
I am at Skydart on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all of that stuff. There's a little thing on all of them, so go check it out.
Nice. Yes.
I do some things on all of them.
Mm-hmm. Farkle's asking, are we going to watch the movie? I'm sure we'll watch it at some point. I'm only not watching it because I assume we will watch it on this podcast eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have me as a guest on that, but can you just have me call in for
sure. You
5
can
minutes?
Also be the guest if you want. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you are the most enthusiastic person.
I was going to say, there's not a list at the moment.
Yeah, I'll say this. Most people who come onto this podcast, 1 or 2, Mike Drucker came on, was really on board. Most people say, I will never do this podcast again. Thanks for having me. This was a torture. I never want to watch this cartoon for the rest of my life.
No, I love it. It's good. It's energizing right now.
So that's you're number 1 on the list of people to get, unless we get Leguizamo. That'll be number 1 if we can.
And then you absolutely have to.
Then it's a Zoom call. We'll have everybody.
Yeah. It's a big Mario party. No pun intended.
I love it.
All right.
4 players.
Thanks for joining, everybody, and
and check out our documentary.
Do the Mario. Watch the documentary.
Bob Forward.
Even out for all the projects stemming from this.
Polygon.com says shocking.